These are some killer movies. Well, hey everybody. It's the future once again, and almost forgot you were there for a second. I was just going through my Friday the 13th collection, as you can see here, with my Jason mask on, because once again, it's All Hallows Eve. It is Halloween time, and you know what that means here on my channel. It is Halloween Horror Collection Update 4.0, the 4th year in a row, 4th anniversary of my Halloween Horror Collection Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS collection update. It's also update 31.0. It's kind of funny because the last one that I did was 30.0 on Halloween. So here we are again for 31.0. And if you don't mind, I'm going to put my Jason mask on and enjoy the Halloween spirit and try to check out which Friday the 13th film that I'm going to watch after I do this update. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll be back to show you guys which movies and stuff that I updated the collection with. Thanks for subscribing. Everybody's support is much appreciated here on the channel, and it's really hard to talk with the Jason mask on. Let's check out the movies. Okay, so as far as movies go, I have a few DVDs here, a Blu-ray, and a lot of VHS to show off that are Halloween Horror Collection worthy, in my opinion. Some of these movies are like, debatable whether they're horror movies or not, or they're Halloween movies, but anything that has any kind of like, Halloween vibes to them, horror type vibes to them, macabre, aliens, anything just creepy, I throw into the collection updates. If you've seen them in the past, then you know what's to come. So here are the DVDs. I haven't been really out getting many DVDs lately because all the horror ones that I want, I have so far that I can actually find. The ones that I can't find are hard to find, obviously, and I haven't picked a lot up lately, but every now and then I will grab some. Here's one that's eluded my collection now for a while, and it's Beetlejuice, a Tim Burton film. How fitting to start this one off with a Tim Burton film. This is the 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition, the 1988 film by Tim Burton. I used to have this one in the collection, and it got taken, and now I have it back in the collection. That's all I got to say about that. But this is a great film here by Tim Burton. You can see the special features there. No commentary, which kind of sucks. Everybody loves Michael Keaton's portrayal of Beetlejuice. I heard there's a Beetlejuice 2 coming too, so very cool. I don't want to get into anything on the movies. I want you to go out and check these out yourself. Pretty much just showing off what I got, trying not to make this like 3 hours long. So the next one that I picked up is on Blu-ray, so that's why it is a Blu-ray collection update. This one is sealed too, by the way. I haven't even opened it up yet. This one was only $1 at a thrift shop. And it's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It's kind of peculiar that I did a movie review over this one here after I saw it in theaters. You can see Blu-ray, DVD, and the digital HD are there. Tim Burton's best film in years. It's a 2016 film. One of the very few Blu-rays that I have in my collection because I don't even have a Blu-ray player. Most of my stuff is DVD and VHS, and I don't want to transfer everything that I have on DVD to Blu-ray. But I will... once I get a Blu-ray player, which I really need to do, I will start buying some on Blu-ray instead of a DVD if I ever do that. But, it's always cool to have different versions of the film in your collection. I didn't have this on anything, too, and only for $1. I really couldn't believe that it was there for only $1. And a Blu-ray for $1. You can't go wrong. It's fairly new release, too, so... good film, has some macabre elements. That's why I threw it in there, and it's Tim Burton. He's creepy. And next is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake that they did in the early 2000s. And it says the scariest film in years there. And you can see here inside on the DVD itself. This was put out by New Line. Who was this put out by? New Line? Yeah, New Line. And New Line Cinema produced this, and it was just pretty much like a remake of the original. It kind of paled in comparison to the original, in my opinion, but like Arlie Ermey did an awesome job in this, and the actresses Jessica Biel was in this, Jonathan Tucker, Erica Leeson. This is actually a pretty acclaimed remake to the actual original, but I still prefer the original. But this wasn't bad. Like I said, Arlie Ermy was cool in it. So I had to pick that one up. I got it for pretty cheap. I think it was like $2.95 at DG. So I had to grab that. Definitely Halloween horror worthy there. The next one, I haven't even opened it up yet, but it's, you can see $4 there. I got it at Dollar General. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the trilogy. Now I still Know What You Did Last Summer on VHS, but I didn't have any of them on DVD. So I seen this bonus buy collection. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the trilogy collection. It has the I Know What You Did Last Summer, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I thought the first one was pretty creepy, actually. And I think I Still Know What You Did Last Summer was less creepy than the first one, but it was still pretty decent effort. I don't think I've ever seen the third one. But I am a fan of these films. I thought they were done pretty decent. Much in the vein of like the Scream films that came out around that same time. So I had to add that one. Not even opened up yet either. But, you know, it's Halloween, so I might bust some of these open and check it out. It's been a long time since I've seen this film. And next, I had to make these. These are like my most recent. This was my most recent update, not these, because I already had this one for a while. First of all, it's the 1990. Let me be correct. Let me check this out. Yeah, 1990 miniseries released in 2010 of It, Stephen King's It. There's old Pennywise the Clown there. He's great for Halloween. Anybody who's Pennywise the Clown, either the old school or the new one, awesome. The Master of Horror unleashes everything you were ever afraid of. One of my favorite films of all time. Miniseries, actually. So it wasn't actually a film, but they made it into a theatrical release with the, let's see now, 2000. I'm losing track of my years. This is the 2017 version, and there's the new Pennywise the Clown right there. And the newer version, they did a hell of a job. Bill Skarsgård was Pennywise, by the way, and he does an awesome job. You know, Tim Curry in the original. So there's the two It's by each other. Let's see if they have a picture of them. No, they don't on the back. So you got, you know, Skarsgård and Tim Curry It's there. I thought they did a hell of a job on this. I did a movie review over this one too, so that's kind of ironic that I did a movie review on two of them that I updated in this Halloween horror collection update for this year. It will creep you out big time. I've watched it a few times since I've picked it up. Not too much on the inside anymore. They used to give you sleeves and everything on the movie. Now they just give you a disc basically and a cover with a sleeve. Because, I don't know, even on the inside of this one, they don't give you a book on this one either. So this was probably fairly new. Picked up before I got it. 2010 release, so yeah, it's just like they stopped carrying on DVDs basically. But as long as I have the movie, I'm happy, and I'm glad to have not only the mini-series but the theatrical movie that they did over It, and I can't wait for It Part 2 to come out, which will probably be because off the first one it was just the kid part of the mini-series. The second one will basically be the adult part of the mini-series. So those are cool to pick up, and that does it for the DVDs in this update. The rest are VHS because I've gotten tons of VHS. This one's actually in the VHS player right now, my VCR, and it's Shadow of the Vampire. I got done watching it last night, and I didn't eject it. John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe, a really underrated classic. Not only will fans of horror like this and fans of the Nosferatu film, but fans of cinema and filmmaking will also enjoy this film a lot because it goes into a lot of, you know, like a struggling artist trying to finish his film. One of the 10 best films of the year. Malkovich plays F.W. Murnau, and William Dafoe stars as Count Orlok, or they either call him Count Orlok, Nosferatu. He was actually Dracula. It was a screenplay of Dracula that this movie was after, and he produced Max Schreck. So they even call him Max Schreck in the film. If you have not saw this movie and you are a horror fan, filmmaking fan, or just a fan of the Nosferatu film, this is a great film in my opinion. Awesome idea to make like Willem Dafoe is actually a vampire playing the part, and F.W. Murnau is hired an actual vampire to be. You know, I might have to just watch this again. This is such a good film. So, I can't say enough on that. This one is one of them that I picked up. You know, a lot of these that I'm going to show off are ones that I've already picked up in a thrift shop and flea market finds video, but they never got a close-up look in a review, so I'm just throwing them in this one. He comes from the past to destroy the future. This one's Warlock. Satan also has a son, excuse me. You know, I haven't really ever watched Warlock or anything, but looks really interesting. And I'm not sure exactly like the acclaim of this movie or anything, but you know, it looks cool nonetheless. So if you know if this is cool, let me know. I'd appreciate it. The next one was like the kind of like the sequel to American Werewolf in London, which is one of my favorite films, but it pales in comparison. It's American Werewolf in Paris, and it says things are about to get a little hairy. Anything with werewolves I'm into, though, and I was glad to get this because I don't have it on DVD or VHS. And this one here, you know, it's kind of meant to be a follow-up to an American Werewolf in London, but like I said, it is not, you know, even on the same caliber as far as movies go. But nonetheless, it's definitely, you know, good for a watch for sure, and to have in the collection, because I do have an American Werewolf in London. The next one's another werewolf film, and is the Jack Nicholson Wolf film, and I love this film. And you can see Michelle Pfeiffer also in this film, and you know, these two did an excellent job, and it says one hell of a movie there. And what's funny is that there is no write-up on this movie on here, but I don't really want to tell you, you know, what the movie's all about. Elegant, go for the throat suspense thriller, it says, Joe Siegel. But yeah, Jack Nicholson basically is a werewolf in this film, a wolf man, and it was made by Columbia Pictures. And the year, actually, 1994 Columbia Pictures, so was made in 94. If you haven't checked out Wolf, this is definitely a good one too that I need to actually watch. I think I might throw this one in. This is definitely a good film. Underrated. Next we have, I already have it on DVD, so it's The Sixth Sense. I found the exclusive video bonus edition. And it has exclusive video bonus program and conversation with M. Night Shyamalan and interviews with the cast and crew. And this one's from, it's a 1999 film, and the VHS was released in, looks like 99, so not too sure. But I have a version, I may have a version of Sixth Sense, but I don't have this version. So I had to pick that one up. And I heard that they, well, they brought back Unbreakable, so M. Night Shyamalan is back in the fold. It's called Mr. Glass. It's a follow-up to Unbreakable. And then I have Vin Diesel in Pitch Black. This is a Universal Special Edition. This is definitely the scariest sci-fi thriller in years, so it's like a sci-fi horror type movie. Hip, sexy, and scary as hell, it says on the back. Everybody's got to love Vin Diesel there. They love him for the Fast and Furious, but he has other movies that are definitely better than those movies. And this is a video feature special edition spotlight and location. It includes a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Pitch Black. I've never actually saw this, but I had to pick it up when I saw it because I don't see many up there. Being a Christian store, they don't sell many, you know, sci-fi thrillers or scary movies up there. So when I see anything remote scary, I pick it up from up there. So Pitch Black, add to the collection. This one here is not really that scary, but it has some really, you know, kind of scary elements in it, creepy, macabre elements in it, and it's Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost. And this is the McDonald's version, and that's another reason why I picked this up. It says purchase at McDonald's and not for resale or rental. So they were giving away videos back then, selling them at McDonald's. 1990 Paramount Pictures, and this one had an Oscar winner for Best Original Screenplay and Oscar winner for Best Supporting Actress, Whoopi Goldberg, in 90. And just the name of the movie itself fits in the Halloween horror update. But it has some, you know, like when the spirits come and drag the guy like to hell, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Some of the things that you see in this one. It's a better movie than you would expect. Don't go off of the damn, you know, pottery scene only, where they're doing, you know, clay pottery. But yeah, good film, and rest in peace Patrick Swayze. Next we have another one from M. Night Shyamalan that actually I have in the collection on DVD already, but it's Mel Gibson and Signs, and this is a pretty cool one. It's happening. I always enjoyed Signs. Even though the aliens and the end scene are not as good as I thought they should be, it's still, you know, like they say, they're thrilling, frightening, heartbreaking, funny, and deeply moving. You will have to see it twice. A dazzling white knuckler, suspense-filled Twilight Zone thriller, it says there. But you got Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix actually in it. So, pretty decent film. Glad to get it on the VHS. I didn't have it in the VHS collection. So we're moving right along here. Here's one that's really hard to get on VHS, and I can't believe that I got it, and it's the original Fright Night. And I haven't looked up like what this is going for or anything, but this is the 1985 Columbia Pictures edition and the 1985 release, 86 release by Columbia. So this is the original release of Fright Night. Great movie. I actually have not put this in the player and checked it out yet since I picked it up, and I had it stacked over there to do this review forever. But Fright Night, a great film. If you have not saw it, one of the great 80s films. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this one is not cheap to get and not easy to find. I'd love to have it on DVD, but I'm not even sure if they have it on DVD. But Fright Night, you know, perfect for Halloween Horror Collection update time. Next is one that I got for free. They had a bunch of tapes up there, and this is The Addams Family right here. And it was the 1991, you know, movie that they did of the Addams Family, which I like a lot. And I thought they did a great job on it. I like Uncle Fester from it and everything. So, yeah, I thought they did a good job portraying the original Addams Family. And I had to pick this one up, and they definitely deserve to be in the Halloween Horror Collection update. It's a good film if you haven't saw it. Next update would not be an update without the King of Monsters. And that is Godzilla himself. And I already had Godzilla 98, but I accidentally picked another one up. This is actually in better shape, and everybody knows the infamous Godzilla. In Final Wars, they had Godzilla destroy Zilla, and they call him Zilla. But in 2000, they came out with Godzilla 2000, and I showed these off before. And in 1999, they came out with this one, and people were confused, like going to the theater, thinking that they were going to see Godzilla 98, and they'd go see this one. It was like a bunch of dubs over Japanese people and everything. Pretty funny stuff. But yeah, Godzilla had to be thrown in there since I picked it up on accident. I threw it in the update just so we can get a Godzilla reference in here for Halloween Horror Collection update time, because it wouldn't be Halloween or horror without Godzilla and Godzilla 2000. Okay, so moving right along here. I don't think I've ever showed this. I only showed this off once before in a collection update that I did in honor of Robert Englund's, I think, 70th birthday it was. But Wes Craven presents Wishmaster. This is a really cool film. It also stars Kane Hodder. So this is one of the few films that star not only Jason Voorhees, but also the actor that played Freddy Krueger. So Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. Very cool film, though. And this is another one of them classics from the early 90s, late 80s. Actually, 1998, I think, is this film. But, so yeah, one of those 90s classics. I always liked this movie, Wishmaster. So if you can find this one, definitely check it out.